Hi guys, Heather at Spirit of Love Tarot, formerly Divine Guidance Tarot, back at you with another pick-a-deck. This time it's Let Me Brag About You. I believe Mary Jane, a fellow YouTuber, was the first one I saw do this reading, and I want to kind of give her credit. Wow, this is just not wanting to light. I forgot to sage before I started the video, and it was just sitting there, so I thought I'd do it while I did my intro. So as always, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. If they don't resonate, don't listen. Find a YouTube reader that can help you. If you'd like a personal reading, you can contact me in the description box below and we'll get you set up. I have 4 piles here. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Go ahead and take your pick. Pause the video if you need more time. And let's get started. Hi, deck 1. So right away, what I'm getting is that you're someone that always reaches for your goals. Okay, with the sunflower here, the sunflower always tracks the sun, right? Tracks the sun. So you are like an energy magnet, as all of us are. I just feel like you're more aware of the power that you have. I'm feeling a very Queen of Wands energy here. So you could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. I'm feeling heavy Sag. I feel like you're a very friendly person. You're someone that's very optimistic. You're someone, I feel that while you do like to set your sights high, you like to keep yourself in a comfortable position while you grow. So you're not someone that's going to take a lot of risks. I feel like you're more down to earth than that. More, you're not going to be a gambler. You're someone that really puts in the work towards manifesting your goals. You're probably a very spiritual person. You might work with nature. I feel like you might work very heavily with the planets. You might be really into like astrology. Maybe you're more into like the astrology side. And your temper, man. You have got a temper on you. I can feel it. It's just simmering. It's like you're a pot of water on the stove and you're always on simmer. You know what I mean? And just a couple degrees higher and you'll be at a full-blown boil, but a couple degrees lower, you won't even be at a simmer, right? You're like a pot of water, and the temperature has to be just perfect for you to feel kind of balanced and stable. So I feel like you're someone that values equality, okay? That would make sense as the sunflower and the sun have a relationship, obviously. So I feel like you're just someone that has a really good relationship with nature, with Mother Earth, with God, with whoever you worship. But I do really feel as though you feel very comfortable in nature and like to work with the elements. So I'm feeling more witchy, like I said, Queen of Wands. So, beautiful energy so far, guys. Wow. I guess my birds agree. They're very excited right now. They like your energy. That's good. All right. So let's see. Let me brag about you. We have Peona. Love who you are. Okay, so you genuinely love yourself. I feel like you're someone that can face your reflection in the mirror and feel confident, feel almost complete. I say almost. Magdalene, you are stronger than you think. That's why I said the almost. So I feel like some of you guys are still like dealing possibly with some um like lingering spiritual connection with somebody that you're kind of wanting to get out of. I feel like this person that you kind of want to break this connection with is someone that you never thought you could leave. That's what I'm getting. You never thought you would be able to leave this person. You never thought you would love yourself enough to leave this person. You're very inspiring. So I feel like you're someone that might have left an abusive relationship and then told your story. But you're a very strong person. And with the Magdalene card there, I do feel as though you had a rough start, because Mary Magdalene did not have an easy life. You know what I mean? She was the woman at the well. She was the one being stoned. She was very representative of all things that men of that time considered to be sinful that had to do with women. And then obviously Mother Mary was the opposite of that, right? She was the virgin goddess, or not goddess because they don't believe in goddesses. The Virgin Mother, I'm sorry. Lapsed Catholic here, but also a very fond studier of philosophy and mythology. But anyway, so I feel like you're someone that sometimes doubts themselves, okay? But you always manage to somehow do what you feel is right. You're very honest. You don't like to lie, not even like sugarcoat. If someone asks you a question, you're going to be direct with them. You're not going to lie. It doesn't matter if it hurts you, if it hurts them. You don't feel comfortable because it's not the truth. You like to speak the truth, or the way that you see your truth. You like to speak your truth. I'll put it that way. And you'll listen to other people speak their truths, but you'll stick with yours. Thank you. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Let me brag about you. Whoa! Jeez, that was crazy. Those cards just went flying everywhere. Let me brag about you. We have aptitude. Okay, so aptitude. So you are someone that likes to be good at things. Okay, we have dreams. This is a cute card. I love the little sparkles. But so aptitude and dreams. So like I said, you're someone that has big dreams, or whatever your dreams are, you go after those dreams and you study and bust your ass off until you reach that dream. There's nothing going to stop you. You're like, fuck this shit, nothing's going to stop me, I'm going to meet this goal. You're very goal-oriented, I feel, and that's how you kind of keep your life going in a forward direction, is by setting mini goals and having longer goals. I also feel as though you're a very organized person. You might like lists. Let me brag about you. 5th house, passion. North node, future. So you're someone that's very passionate about your future. Your 5th house is all about your creativity, your dreams, solar calm, clarity. Like I said, you're someone that knows what you want and you have your sights fixed on it, and now you're just putting in the work. We have the Sun card coming out, Leo energy. So you could be a Leo in your 5th house, which would make sense. A Leo in their 5th house would be someone that's intensely magnetic. Someone that just draws people in by their sheer energy, their sheer beauty. So a Leo having a Leo in your 5th house would give me a sense of someone who wants big things. You know what I mean? You have big goals, big dreams, big ambitions. You're chasing them. Ooh, jeez. Whoops. You're doing what you need to do right now. You're very focused. I just saw 1, 2, 3. So you're on your way. You're on your way. Let me brag about you. I have the birds. The maze. The cross. And the heart. Okay, so you're someone, like I said, that's very close to source. Very close to God. Whatever God is to you. I'm not going to say you're a Christian if you're here. I'm not going to say you're not if you're here. You know what I mean? Your faith. Because the cross is indicative to me of faith. It doesn't have to be Jesus. You know what I mean? It's just faith. So you have faith that love will get you through to your dreams. Telling your story. I feel like you have a very important story to tell. Maybe you guys are my writers. But I feel like this book is a long time making, a long time coming. You've been ruminating over this. This is something that you've been working for. Something you might have even wanted since you were a child, to be an author. I'm just seeing that you're very good with the written word, with the spoken word. You're very intelligent. You know how to turn a phrase, I'm hearing. Let me brag about you. The 3 of Cups. Ooh, so you're a heartbreaker. You're a heartbreaker. 3 of Wands. Another 3. So you're someone, like I said, that does take action. But you wait for the right time, the right opportunity. Okay, you're someone that likes to put yourself in social settings. Okay, and kind of watch. I feel like you're like a people watcher. Look at that. We have the 9 of Wands here. And she's like watching herself in the mirror. So I also feel like you, and you know that mirror, she watches other people through her. Some dude through her. I don't know. I was never really a Snow White person. Belle was my jam. We had the 2 of Wands. So it's interesting to me that you have 3 wand cards here and a cup card. Okay, so a lot of fire. So like I said, heavy Sagittarius energy, but also Leo, Aries. With some water in there, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio to temper you out. So you try and live your life in a way that is loving. However, sometimes your temper gets the better of you. I feel like you're a very difficult partner to be with, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I just feel as though you have such high standards, and you hold yourself to those high standards, and you expect your partner and your friends and everyone else to be at that high of a standard. The only, the only thing is that not everybody can jump that high. You know what I mean? And it's kind of lonely up there. It reminds me of that song, that Halsey song. Name up in the sky, does it ever get lonely? Thinking you could live without me. That's kind of how I feel like, it is. Clarifying the Three of Cups. Let me brag about you. Clarifying the Three of Cups. People find you to be very fun. Ace of Cups. Look at that. More cups energy, more water energy. Clarifying the Three of Wands. We have Four of Coins. Four of Coins. Three of Wands clarified by the Four of Coins. Ooh, the Nine of Wands clarified by the Strength card. More Leo energy. The number 8 might be important to you. And then clarify, the Two of Wands, we have the Emperor. So you are a very masculine energy. Even though you look very feminine, okay? Oh, look at that, Queen of Wands. Did I say the Queen of Wands? She was just chilling over there. Like I said, even though you look very feminine, I'm going to put her right here. Bitchin'. Stay. So even though you look very feminine, you might be on like the smaller side, very childlike features, bigger eyes. The Moon. So Pisces energy, and then the Ten of Swords. Okay, so you hide your pain very well. So you're someone that doesn't like to talk about yourself or your problems. You want people to see you like this. Not like looking like a skeleton, weird old lady, but you want people to see you as powerful. You want people to see you as strong. And showing that Ten of Swords energy, showing that someone hurt you is a weakness to you. And so a lot of the times I think you just snap and get angry rather than explain to someone why what they did hurt you and having them kind of confused, and talking it out. I feel like you're someone that kind of will snap first. You know what I mean? So I guess let's get some charms. Move his little spider leg. Get some charms to brag about you some more. Get down in there. All right. Perfect. So we have like an ornament. An ornament. A black cat. A flower. 2 candy canes in the shape of a heart. A swan. A flamingo. A shell. An oyster shell. And a key with a heart on the top. So you guys might really like the color pink. Like I said, you might look really feminine, but on the inside, guys, you are just a tiger. Okay, you are like, don't come at me. Don't come at me. Fucking try and come at me. The Emperor with the Two of Wands. And then it's interesting to me that it's kind of like you work, your masculine and feminine energies work together. you're able to just flip between the two whenever it suits you. If you need to be in a masculine energy at that moment, you're not going to stay in a feminine energy. You're going to jump right into that masculine. And if there's a point where that masculine energy isn't working for you, you'll jump right into the feminine. It's almost, I'm feeling instinctual to you. Some of you guys might need to watch what you're eating. Okay, you guys might be eating like too much sugar. It might not be that good for you. With the candy canes here and the holidays coming up, make sure you don't overdo it. I feel like something big is going to happen for you around Christmas time. Okay, you guys might be traveling with the swan here. A soulmate might be traveling to you, back to you. You might be traveling to the beach. You might be getting a new pet with the cat here. But and with the flower, you smell really good. But overall, you're a kick-ass person, an awesome energy, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. Blessed be. Hi, deck 2. I'm getting a very, like, earthy energy from you. Feeling like really Virgo-y. Also, maybe Libra, Taurus. Virgo, Libra, Taurus. It's kind of the energies that I'm feeling. I feel like you are someone, a very Mother Earth type energy. You're the type that if someone needs a warm hug and some advice, you're there. I'm hearing, I'll run to you by Whitney Houston. So I definitely feel like you're the person that people come to when they need advice, when they are feeling down. You're definitely giving me healing vibes. You guys might be like an energy healer, maybe do chakra work, maybe you do like lotions. I'm seeing maybe like oils and lotions. Maybe you work with the elements a lot, do spells, using nature. I'm just getting like there's this deep embodiment of the mother coming from you, like Empress energy. Like you would be like, I feel like if you are a parent, you're a gentle parent, okay? Or you use the gentle parenting approach where you're redirecting attention, giving choices, If you're not, I feel like that's the kind of parent you would be. You're someone children feel safe with, pets and animals feel comfortable with. You're very in tune with the energies of the nature. I feel like, okay, so I feel like you guys are really good at like feeling like the energy of the world and nature and great, but you're very, I'm hearing oblivious at times. So maybe you don't pay much attention to, I feel like you don't pay much attention to people or how people's energies are affecting you, more so just your environment. So I feel like that's kind of something that your spirit team wanted you to hear. Maybe maybe stop looking so much at like where you're at, more so, and the energy you're getting, more so focus on the people that are in there and the energy you're getting from them. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe you guys might be newer to the path. Maybe you guys just started your spiritual journey. Maybe you're an expert. But I feel like you're someone that has a thirst for learning. 42. Hi, Grandpa. I don't feel like you're someone that like, I feel like you're like a natural witch. You're not someone that follows Wicca, follows the rules. You're not a chaos witch or a moon witch or a nature witch or you're just you. You have your own special brand of magic, and you know, it's like you can't, people would ask you or to teach them, you know, they could ask you to teach them your magic and you couldn't teach them because I don't feel like you write anything down. I don't feel like you have a grimoire. I don't feel like I just feel like you do what you're feeling compelled to do at the time you're feeling compelled to do it. You've always been a good listener, I'm hearing. So maybe even from like the time when you were a little kid, you were a good listener. Like you had elephant ears. 42, hi grandpa. That's what my grandpa always used to say. I had elephant ears because I heard everything. It didn't matter if they had the door closed and I was in the room upstairs. I would figure out a way to hear what they were saying. And my hearing was that good. My hearing's still that good. My vision sucks, but I can hear when my kids are getting in trouble. Not that this apartment is that big, but anyway. So, yeah, that's really what I'm getting is that like you hear everything and you take everything in and you chew it up until there's like nothing left to chew on and there's no taste left, and then it's just in your mouth a big pile of it. So you guys might like hold on to your anger for a little bit. Even if you are a gentle parent, you might like, even though you might deal with your child and then like go and be super angry outside smoking on your cigarette, you know, hitting your pipe or whatever. Um, I'm just getting a very big mother energy from this. I really am. I really feel like that you guys are parents and good ones at that. It's like you sprinkle a little bit of magic everywhere you go. You're like confetti. You just burst over people's lives. You don't even have to be in people's lives for you to land on their lives. Like confetti. You could try and clean that shit up for years and you'll still find pieces of confetti. You just, when you, see how it's sparkling? Do you see the sparkles? When it lands on people, it sticks. But if you can see, there's no sparkles on like the dead part of the leaf. You don't give your energy away lightly. Time is very important to you. You're a very time person. I feel like you like to time out your days, and you're not someone that's okay with surprises. Okay, you prefer to know what's coming. You prefer to know what the next step is so you can know what you're supposed to do next. You're a very A plus B equals C person, which is very funny because you're such a spiritual person. Kind of like a, you guys might like have like some air in your chart too, possibly with all that earth. But yeah, let me brag about you. Hey, what do we have here? We have, come here. Tribe of the Kindred. I carry your heart. I carry it in mine. Tribe of the Kindred. Okay, so you're someone, like I said, you have a small social circle. You prefer to keep your shit to yourself. Your plans, your goals, everything you're working for, you keep to yourself because every time you tell a kindred soul about it, somehow it seems to go wrong. Or somehow the other person ends up getting what you were working for, right? You've learned your lesson to keep your circle small and to keep your mouth shut. I think you learned that the hard way. Yep. Starborn. Hi, my famous pile. My wow pile. My destined for big things pile. My star seeds. My aliens. My weirdos. So you're probably someone that's always felt out of place here. Okay, even though you're very grounded, very earthy, very much of this earth, you are very much up in the clouds as well with your dreams. But see, like I said, you guys might be like a Capricorn Aquarius on the cusp. Because like you have like this Aquarius energy where you have all these ideas, but then like I said, you have like this Capricorn energy or this Virgo energy where there's like this determination to achieve your goals, your dreams. And so just being an Aquarius, you would have all these dreams, right? But you wouldn't have that ambition, that drive, that structure that the Capricorn cusp brings to your energy. So you're going to have a Capricorn doesn't really have like a great mental dream. They're not big dreamers. You know what I mean? Capricorns are more go with the norm. You know what I mean? Very stable, very my way or the highway kind of. And so combining that Aquarius air creativity with the Capricorn kind of grounded stability gives you the ability to bring your dreams to manifestation. It's a very unique energy. I'll just say that. You carry a very unique energy. It's like you're on the earth, but you're not of the earth, but you work with the earth, and you're just crazy. What does this say on there? Even the sun doesn't know it's a star. Even the sun doesn't know it's a star. Okay, so I feel like you're someone that people took advantage of in the past. Okay, I feel like in the past you were a very trusting energy. Okay, but you've kind of, like I said, grown past that tribe of the kindred mentality and moved into more of a I'm the star of my story. I'm sick and tired of being a player in other people's stories. I'm going to be the main character in my story. And not only that, not only are you the main character in your story, you're the main character in other people's stories. Your name is on people's mouths right now. You can see like the shock. Look at like the shock on their faces. And like, oh my God, and that sinking look on their faces. So I feel like people don't realize the impact that you have on their life until you leave it. I feel like every time you try and find a friend or try and connect with someone, it doesn't really work out. Because they're not really a kindred spirit. They're really just someone that's trying to look like you. But they really look like everybody else. They look just like the girl beside them, except for they have different colored hair, but they're the same. You are completely different. You guys might look more like exotic. Maybe mixed, or maybe you're, Native American or Chinese, Indian, but you're more, you stand out, and other people don't. And I think what makes you stand out is, I'm hearing, she don't know she's beautiful, never crossed her mind. Celebrations, look at that. Celebrations. That's totally Cinderella on her wedding day. Your ancestors and spirit guides are so proud of you. They want to brag about you. The rest of this message is specifically from them. And I'm hearing, be the author of your own story. We have abandonment. Look at that, the Cinderella slipper. Didn't I just say, and look at the Cinderella? Celebrations and abandonment. Okay? She left the slipper, right? And why did she leave the slipper? Because she felt like she wasn't good enough for the prince, because she was just a maid. She was just faking it. She wasn't really a princess. She didn't really have a fancy carriage. She wasn't any of that. And if she couldn't be that again without the fairy godmother's help, what's the point in even 42 High Grandpa going back for the slipper? But it didn't matter that she didn't go back for the slipper, because the prince loved her so much that he searched high and low for her, right? Using the slipper she left behind. So I feel like you're not afraid to leave things behind, because you feel like if it belongs to you, it will come to you. If it's yours, it will always be yours. No one can take it from you if it belongs to you. And if it doesn't, then you don't mind. And you, wow, okay, the candle went out and the incense. All right, I'll be right back. Whew, boy. The candle and the incense going out. Anything negative that is not for the highest good of myself or my subscribers must leave immediately. Anything surrounding my subscribers at this time that is not for their highest good must leave immediately. As I will it, so mote it be. All right. So where were we? We were talking about how you just have this way, this magic about you, about creating your dreams, having the drive to create your dreams. I feel like you guys probably struggled, okay, growing up. You might have been like a latchkey kid. Your parents might have been divorced and you were swapped every other week, or there might have been some abuse from a parent or a step parent, but I feel like you felt alone a lot. And so I think that as you got older, you surrounded yourself with people, hoping that these people would treat you better than the people before. And it just seemed like every time you tried, they treated you the same as you got treated as a child. You might have gotten bullied. And so you really tried to fit in the older you got, and it just didn't, it never seemed to work. I feel like people are just naturally jealous of you. With that Starborn card and Tribe of the Kindred, you don't have really much kindred spirits here because there aren't that many people like you here. You're different. And I feel like the more you tried to hide that part of yourself in order to fit in, the more miserable you became because that wasn't who you were. Let me brag about you. Look at that. We have, oh, that's too many. That's like 6 cards. Never mind. I did see Pallas Athena though, so you guys might be like an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or have heavy air in your chart. We have North Node, future. May brag about you. There's Pallas Athena. Think. So your patron might be Athena. Okay, 42. Hi, Grandpa. One of your patrons. She's a very good Patronus to have. Not like a Harry Potter Patronus, but there's patrons and patronesses. Patronesses, I guess I should say patron. I don't know how to pronounce it. But the feminine version. So you guys might work like with like gods and goddesses. You guys might prefer that over like the one true God, or you know, Allah, or you might prefer to work with like the older deities. Oh, that's my phone. It's probably my husband. We have Descendant Invitation. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Sorry, guys. So we have Descendant Invitation. Interesting. Let me brag about you. Cancer. Immerse. So you have a bunch of 4s, a bunch of 3s, and a 7, and a 0. So I feel like you're someone that once you think about who you invite into your space now. Like I said, like I was saying before, back to this card, back to the tribe of the kindred. You're no longer looking for a tribe of the kindred. You're a starborn with a patronus. Okay, and you're immersing yourself. You were invited by this deity. I feel like whatever deity you're working with has been calling to you for a while. Okay, and I feel like you finally accepted the invitation that they've been trying to give you. Okay, and I feel like you're going to start immersing yourself more in whatever it is your deity is pushing you to pursue. So you're very smart. You think about the future a lot. I think in the past, so you might be older now. Maybe this is when you were younger. You know what I mean? You really tried to fit in, and then as you got older and wiser, you were like, doesn't matter, I can be this person. I feel like you tried on a lot of different personalities. You tried to be this person, then try to be this person, then try to be this person. Not a specific person, but a different person. You kept trying to portray yourself as someone you thought people would like so that you could fit in with them. And eventually you realized it didn't matter. You could be the same as everybody and they would still eventually turn on you because you still shine brighter than them. And they still wanted to pick you apart until there was nothing but bones left. You know? And that's the kind of energy you have. Once people get a taste of it, they just want to keep eating. It's like a feast. They just want to keep eating your energy. Once they get a taste of it, they want it and 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 want it. And eventually you don't have any more to give because so many people have their hand in your fucking pie. Not in a sexual weird way. I don't know where my mind just went. It went to a guy putting a pie on his winky. I'm that old. Yes, I am that old. I am that old that I was sneaking into theaters to see Freddy Got Fingered in 7th grade. God. Anyway, continuing on. Let me brag about you. But yeah, I feel like you're someone that's really grown, really matured. Maybe you became a mother and then you kind of really got into your element, really into like, yeah, I can do this. Really into your kids more so than your friends. And I feel like you kind of just changed your perspective and changed your goals, and the people that you were trying to fit in with just kind of fell by the wayside because you didn't need to fit in with them anymore. You know, you had crafted and created your own life without them. Let me brag about you. Wow. Ooh. Okay, the mice. Okay, so you've experienced some sort of loss in your life. Okay, you've had something stolen from you, multiple things stolen from you. We have the tree, but yet you kept on giving. Okay, people stealing from you, people lying about you, people taking things from you, never made you hold on to things harder. You've never been a materialistic person. As much earth as you have in your chart, I still don't see you as being a very materialistic person. I feel like you value quality over quantity. You know what I mean? And you're if you have extra, you're always willing to give. We have the fox. So you're very cunning energy. Okay, you can outsmart people. You're a very intelligent person. You read people very well. I just saw the moon, so Cancer energy. The tree, I believe, is Virgo energy, and I think I said I was feeling Virgo at the beginning. And then we have the magnifying glass, number 44, more fours. There's another 4 right there. There's a 3. We have 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have 4, 4. So we have 4, 4, 4. So I feel like you are someone that believes in the law of manifestation. You're a natural witch, light worker, whatever. We have the sun. You don't let anything stand in your way. The mountain's reversed. Capricorn energy, Leo energy. You don't let anything stand in your way of your dreams and your goals. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter if people take your dreams and your goals and they accomplish them. You just find new dreams and new goals. You don't even bother trying to compete with people who were trying to compete with you. You just move on to the next interest. You know what I mean? You're very versatile, very mutable. Ava, Vita, thank you. Mommy's working. Let me brag about you. So we have the 4 of Cups. Wow, are you beautiful? Not only are you beautiful inside, you're beautiful outside. Look at this fucking guy's face. Look at his face. Really? Really? Excuse me. Gosh. Swear, people just can't leave me alone. Just leave me alone. All right. So we have the 4 of Wands coming out. So the 4 of Cups and the 4 of Wands, like I said, a lot of 4s here. Balance. Like I said, very earthy energy. I feel like you're a very big believer in karma. Okay, and like I said, you might be maybe really in tune with energy. The 7 of Cups. That's too many. Oh, that one stayed out though, so we'll keep it out. Temperance, Sagittarius energy coming through. Clarifying the Four of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords. Beautiful. Clarifying the Four of Wands. We have, is that the Six of Wands? It's the Six of Wands. Clarifying the Seven of Cups. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And clarifying Temperance, we have the Knight of Swords. Top of the deck is the King of Cups. So we have a king and a queen on the board, but we also have a knight. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. Ooh, look at that. So we have a Knight of Swords, a Page of Swords, a King of Cups, and a Queen of Swords. So I feel like you're, and then we have, look at that. Okay, so this is interesting. I know this is more cards than I normally take, but this is very interesting to me. Because this person is very hurt about something you wrote about them. Or said to them. Because see, look at that. It's just a close-up of that picture. With a glass slipper on there. And earlier, it's crazy how these cards are all like lining up, because earlier, what is that? It's crazy. So I feel like this to really be extra slow down all these. So I feel like you and the Devil? Jesus. Capricorn energy. Alright, I'm not pulling no more. I'm not pulling no more. It's so many. So many. So yeah. People, I feel like you have this energy, like I said, that people are obsessed with the Devil right here, with the King of Cups. Look at how they're looking. Look at how this King of Cups is looking. Like, yeah. Looking in the crazy eye. Give him the crazy eye. The crazy eye. What movie is that from? All I know is you have a lot of people who want your energy. There's a lot of people who want to date you. There is a lot of people that want to be you. There are a lot of people that want to be your friend. You're just very wanted. You're very loved. And it's because they love your energy. They love what you bring to the table. Unfortunately, most of these people don't bring the same energy to the table, and so you refuse to even play with them. So, let's grab some charms. Swish them around real good. Dig real deep. Get in there, bold, real deep like. That's from Dodgeball. When he's like cleaning the tire. I always thought that actor was like super cute. I don't know why. All right, so we have a squid. So some of you could be in the Navy or be like a military. In the military, maybe you have a spouse that's in the military, maybe your family's military. We have a unicorn. So I feel like you're like I said, you have dreams. You're very fun. You're a unicorn. You know what I mean? You're very rare. We have this beautiful starfish, this beautiful like aqua colored starfish. a whale's tail or a mermaid tail, fish tail, I don't know. A peace sign, a cross. Did we get the cross in here? Was that? No, that was deck 1. So maybe go watch deck 1. That might resonate with you. We have, oh no! It was a little heart that just dropped on the floor. Like I said, I mean, I don't know if I said this or maybe that was deck 1 too, the heartbreaker. But you have the rocking horse and the heart. So there's a rocking horse. So like I said, you guys might be a mother. Okay, and with the heart, this child with the unicorn there and the squid, the baby squid. So maybe, like I said, you're in the Navy. But I feel like you just are a very peaceful person. You just want to live out your life peacefully. You want to raise your child peacefully. You want to reach your goals, which you don't think are too much to ask for. You don't think they're not within reach. You're a very positive, happy, grounded person who is also in touch with their inner self. And it's very beautiful. All right, so if that resonated, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and I will talk to you in the next video. Blessed be. Hi, deck 3. So I feel like there's something like really dark and mysterious about it. Excuse me. Kind of giving me like fallen angel vibes. I feel like you're someone that's had a dark, not just one, several dark nights of the soul. See, here's the thing with you. I think that you had such a rough time growing up and in your earlier, younger days. The reason I feel like you had such a hard time, had so many bad things happen to you, was to prepare you to help others in the future. You're a healer, definitely. Definitely a healer. And I feel like you heal by listening. And then after listening, maybe sharing something that happened to you that they can relate to so they don't feel alone. I feel like you'd make an excellent counselor. You might already be one. Counselor, therapist, doctor, vet. Maybe you're with Houses for Humanity, or maybe you go and, you know, volunteer at the soup kitchen once a week. I feel like you're someone that likes to give back. But I'm feeling a very protective energy. Okay, you're a very self-protective energy. You don't, and I don't feel like you like other people to give to you. Okay, and I don't think it's because you don't want to accept what they have. I feel like you don't like feeling pitied, or like you can't do it yourself or get it yourself. I feel like you've probably been on your own for a while. Like I said, you probably didn't have that great of a childhood, probably left home at an early age, probably had your punk metal phase, maybe you're still in it, your party days, you know what I mean? Like, and then you had your dark nights of the souls, and now you remind me of a tiger's eye. Just so protected. Like, you know how to throw your energy around. You're someone that people don't want to fuck with. Like, they take one look at you, and it doesn't matter what you look like. You could be 5'2" and 110 pounds and give someone a look, and they wouldn't fuck with you. Because that look in your eye, that's a developed look, and they know better. But I feel like you're someone who's very passionate about helping others. You're someone who's very passionate about sharing your pain, talking, opening up, not being afraid to let other people in. So I just got a picture of a woman. She has kind of like dishwater blonde hair, longish, like maybe a little past the shoulders, really thick, like a dishwater honey blonde. And she's brushing her hair in a mirror. So I feel like you guys have a strong capacity to work with the other side. Okay, you have the ability to work with people that are no longer physically present. And that might scare you. I just saw 111. That might scare you. Maybe you practiced as a kid on a Ouija board and bad things happen. You just pretend they don't exist ever since. But if you pick this pile, I do think that you are a medium, a clairvoyant, clairaudient. I feel like you're a very strong clair in all of the clairs. I feel like you get visions, you hear things. I feel like you spent a lot of your life just ignoring things, and eventually they just stopped until you had your dark night of the souls. And I feel like you finally came to terms with the monster you felt you carried around with you. I feel like you finally purged through the pain that you needed to purge through. You sent back what you needed to send back. You took back what you needed to take back. You kicked ass and took names. And you did it with dignity and grace and beauty and charm and intelligence. I feel like you're more of a quiet energy, okay? If people don't know you, you kind of like to watch people. You're like a watcher. Kind of see how they act, and then when they approach you, kind of see if their actions match their words to see what kind of a person they are. All right. Let me brag about you. We have Daring Dreamer. Change the way you see, not the way you look. Okay, so you're not a superficial person. You don't care about looks. You only care about what's on the inside of a person. Like I said, you watch people before you even give them the time of day. 42. Hi, Grandpa. Daughter of the Sacred Heart. Every saint has a past. Every sinner has a future. Like I said, you've been through it. You might have even been in trouble with the law, had legal issues, addiction issues. Maybe you were a cutter. But I feel like you were someone that you might have suffered from an eating disorder. Maybe you were very concerned about the way you looked. You were hyper focused on wrinkles, or maybe fixing your teeth, or you were hyper focused on the outside, fixing the outside. Because if the outside was okay, then nobody would bother to look at the inside, right? That's what you thought. You thought that if people 42, hi Grandpa, you were ashamed of what was on the inside, and you had no reason to Some of you guys might have went to therapy, gotten the help you needed, maybe talked to a friend that helped you through your hard times, but I feel like you guys are at peace. Okay, I don't feel like this fallen angel vibe anymore. We have fortuity. Look at that. Fortuity, strength, fortitude. And those are 4-leaf clovers. Luck. And I just heard luck. I make my own luck. So you just go on. No matter what life throws at you, you just go on. You go on living. You go on moving. You go on working. You go on breathing. Even if it's only focusing on one breath at a time, you still stay. We have laughter. Look at that. Laughter. So I feel like you're someone like that might have gotten bullied for being different. Okay, people might have I feel like you felt like you needed to have this wall around you your whole life. And I feel like you got so fixated on your looks or your body or your skin or your hair or all of it. What clothes you were wearing, how your nails looked. I feel like you just kept trying to fix what you thought was wrong with 42, hi Grandpa, with the outside of you, and you weren't bothering to fix the inside, which was what was more important. Because if you think of a house, if the structure isn't strong, if the foundation isn't strong, it doesn't matter how beautiful or nice the house is, it'll fall apart because the foundation isn't supporting it. And so I think your house fell down. With the laughter card here, I'm hearing, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. So I feel like you guys worked really hard, not once, not twice, but 3 times. I feel like this is your 3rd attempt, your fortitude card, your 3rd attempt at trying to move forward, heal, get away from negative toxic energy, just get away from it. Having the strength to get away from it. Uh-oh, candle went out again. Candle went out. Did it run out of wick or something? I'm having to improvise because I'm having to improvise because the candle that was in here died. Okay. Man, this video just seems to keep getting interrupted. Look at that. I paused it on exactly 42. Crazy. All right. So no matter what life threw at you, no matter who laughed at you, no matter who told you you were stupid, you never believed them fully. You were always a strong enough person to know that you were loved by God. I feel like you're a very godly person. Very like light workery. Okay, and I feel like you're the type of person that doesn't want to make another person feel how you felt. Okay, you would never want to make someone feel ashamed about themselves for their body, for their voice, for their teeth, for their makeup. Nothing. You're someone I feel that is very non-judgmental. I feel like you're not The only person you're really critical of is yourself. We're going to be honest here. We have Imam Koili, root. Ascendant, entrance. Third house, communication. And the sun, Leo energy. So you're someone that when you talk, people listen. Okay, you're someone that people notice. Okay, and not because you're loud and boisterous and all up in people's faces, but because you're someone that chooses their words wisely. I just saw 11:11. You're someone that chooses your words wisely. I just saw the sun as I was shuffling, some more Leo energy. Because you know how badly words can hurt. And I'm seeing 11:11 again. I feel like you do your best to live by the do unto others kind of a rule, you know, or the rule of 3. You try and do everything that you do with love. You have the key. You have 2 8s. There's an 8 on the bottom of this and an 8 on the bottom of this. So we have the mountain, Capricorn energy, the mask, and the rider. Interesting. So messages and communication with the mask, the mountain, and the key. Well, aren't we the perfect little actress or actor? There's that wall I said you built. There's the mask you wear. You're finally free from all of that. With the key here, that's knowledge. You're finally free from whatever it was that was holding you back. Okay? You're free to let your freak flag fly. This looks like a carousel horse. Maybe you guys like to ride carousels? And it is Halloween masks. So maybe you guys might really like Halloween and carnivals and fall. I feel like you're going to get a message on Halloween. I know this is supposed to be me bragging about you, but I think you're going to be bragging about this because I think you're going to get a message from a past lover sometime around Halloween. I just saw 11:11 again. Scarecrow crunch. Interesting. I feel like if you don't get a message by Halloween, it might be closer to Thanksgiving. It's going to be around a holiday. A fall holiday. Halloween or Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. All right. Just as a side note. But you already know that. All right, so let me brag about you. The star. Woo. Aquarius energy. The Nine of Pentacles. The Empress. The Star, the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress. Who even are you? Woo! That's way too many cards, and I'm not even taking that one because there's about 7 on the floor. One more card, please. Let me brag about you. We have Mr. Hiss with coming in with the Two of Pentacles. So clarifying the Star, we have the Lovers, or in this deck, True Love. So Gemini energy, Aquarius energy, Taurus energy. Empress isn't technically Taurus energy, but a lot of readers interpret it as that. So I'm assuming some of you do too. So if that resonates with you. We have the Nine of Coins. Being clarified by the Page of Wands, Mr. Iago. Woo! So we have the Nine of Pentacles clarified by the Page of Wands. We have the Empress clarified by the Five of Swords. Ooh, it's Lucifer. Lucifer. Lucifer, as Jacques says. And then the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. Top of the deck is the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. Oh, and look at that. It was just chilling. The Three of Cups. Put it there to finish it off. So I feel like someone put you in a third party. Okay, because we have an Empress here and a Queen of Swords. So someone might have put you in a third party. Okay, the Star and the True Love. I feel like someone tricked this person. Okay, this person was using your energy. Like Mother Gothel was using Rapunzel's energy, her hair. This person or these people that you were surrounding yourself with, the lovers especially, okay, there were people trying to get in the way of your happy ever after. Okay, and I feel like people are still trying to just like ruin you for some reason. You know what I mean? They want to like oh, I get it now. Okay, so you guys attract people, like I said. Okay, and through no fault of your own, you happen to attract other women, other people, not gonna say women, just women. You happen to attract people that are already taken. Through no fault of your own. I'm not saying you do anything with these people. With the Nine of Pentacles, you're probably pretty single, so it wouldn't matter anyway, because it wouldn't be on you. You just have people in your life that wanted to dull your shine. They wanted a little piece of it. It reminds me of like the ugly witches. I should probably chew first. In the movie Stardust. It's one of my favorites. I watched it endlessly in the mental hospital. But anyway, this energy kind of reminds me of the three sister witches that cut out the star's heart and use it to enhance their powers and make them younger and beautiful. It's the same kind of concept. Kind of similar to Deck 1's energy. But like I said, you decided to walk away from that. Two of Pentacles to the Eight of Cups. You decided to walk away from that. From people putting you in third parties, from people wrecking your relationships. You decided to just start over. I think you dropped everybody, moved, changed jobs, just completely flipped your life. And then you built up more walls so no one could get back through. But it can kind of get lonely behind those walls. 42. Hi, Grandpa. Can't it? All right. So let's get some charms. See what else I can brag about. It didn't feel right. I don't know why. Okay. So, we have a flamingo. I believe Deck 1 got a flamingo. Ha! An axe! Look at that! It's a battle axe. Wacha! Wacha, wacha, wacha. Wacha. You cut people off. Off with their head! I wonder if I could, like, put this in like the... like I killed the spider. No, you can't even see it. Alright, whatever. So an axe. Another flamingo. Interesting. The moon. Oh, a red moon. So blood moons might be important to you, or maybe you bleed on the moon, on the full moon. More red, too. The diamond. People are very sexually attracted to you. And then the triangle. Ooh, the triangle. But which way does it go? I think it would go this way. Right? Because then it would connect up with the other one this way. Yeah. So that's the... penile. So they want to give you the penile. Okay. So if you... like I said, I feel like you're very single right now, but if you are in a relationship or you are having relationships or situationships with people, make sure you're protected, okay? Because there are people that would like to, instead of winning your heart with true love, kind of win your heart by trapping you in a way, you know, if you get my drift. So, all right. If that resonated, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe with the bell, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Blessed be. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Ooh. I choked on my pumpkin crunch or scarecrow crunch. Okay. I'm getting sort of like a watery energy from you. Kind of like a Pisces. I feel like you're very dual natured. Okay. Your sun sign might be ruled by the moon, and your moon sign might be at home in the moon. And so you might resonate more with your moon sign. So you could have a water moon sign. You know what I mean? So even if you are like a Leo sun, or well, no, that would be a bad representation. What's at home? What's not? What's at home in the moon? So a Cancer is at home in the moon. So if you had a Cancer sun, the Cancer's never at home in the sun. It's a moon sign. So it's not strong. But if, say, you have a Cancer sun and then a Pisces moon, Pisces is a moon sign. And so Pisces and Cancer are going to make you more prone to embrace your moon side or your inner self side, your feminine side. I feel like you have a tendency to withdraw a lot. I feel like you're most comfortable at home or in familiar surroundings. I don't feel like you like change very much. I feel like your feelings get hurt easily, even though you try and pretend they don't. For some reason, my hand is really hurting. My left hand, really, like my left wrist hand area, kind of like a dull ache. So you guys might like work with your hands. But I feel like you're someone that really enjoys life. I just feel like you're just such an intuitive person. It's like when people meet you, it's like they've known you forever. There's just this instant familiarity about you, like they've known you before. They just feel so comfortable in your presence. You have a very calming energy. I feel very calm right now. I feel very calm, very at peace, relaxed. I'm hearing you don't need much to be happy. I do feel as though you're someone that needs to feel heard. Okay, if you feel like you're not being heard or you're being misunderstood, I feel like your emotions get the better of you sometimes. And you might say things that you don't really mean, but you know will hurt in the moment. Scorpio energy, also moon sign, water sign as well. So, let me brag about you. Nope. That too. Got that one. If you felt compelled to go watch deck 2 and get yourself built up a little bit more, gas yourself up a little more as what, which one, who says that? Is that begins with a D, I think. Another cute little YouTuber. All right, let me brag about you. Abundance. Boom, baby. Abundance. And look at that giant, like, star. Looks like a giant, like, frosted cookie wand with, like, gumdrops in the handle. And it's just raining down money. Look at that. Holy shit. Wow. Let me brag about you. This is going to be a great reading. Authenticity. Look at that authenticity. Abundance and authenticity. So I feel like you're someone who's very, very, very truthful. Okay, almost to the point of being nauseatingly truthful. But the thing is, the reason you can be so truthful is because you don't do anything wrong. And when you do something wrong, you take responsibility for what you did wrong and try and fix the problem. You're very mature. Very mature energy. You're someone, I feel, that is very money focused. Okay, you like nice things. You can see she's standing in front of a wardrobe with lots of nice dresses. There's a little cat watching her, so maybe you might have a little animal that you take care of, or maybe you're thinking about getting an animal for your home. Maybe when you save up a little bit more money. But I do feel as though you are someone that just does not give a shit. You don't care what other people think. Honestly. It's not even pretending. You don't even pretend to not to care. You know what I mean? You don't even have to pretend to not care. You just don't care. Other people, so your mentality, what I'm getting from this is your mentality is my feelings are my feelings and other people's feelings are their feelings. And everyone is allowed to have their own feelings, but that does not mean that they have the right to push their feelings onto me. Boundaries. So you are very authentic and you're very clear about you're very clear about your boundaries from the beginning in all of your relationships. And I feel like that's why your relationships are so successful, because you have those boundaries already in place. You know, the minute it's not, and you're not someone that just, you did that to me and we're no longer friends. It's a, hey, you did this. Not cool. This is why. You made me feel this way. And if that person doesn't come through and like apologize or see your side or gives you shit, you're just like, okay, bye. You know what I mean? You don't like people that don't take responsibility for hurting other people. Whether or not you think you hurt somebody, if somebody tells you that you hurt them, even if it was not intentional, you should still apologize. If not for that person, for yourself. Because that person's probably going to hold a grudge against you and use it against you later. Men, take note. I'm giving away women's secrets. Just kidding. Okay. We have elk medicine woman. And shaman of skulls. So you're a very wise person. Like I said, You're a very authentic person. You're a very abundant person because you're a hard worker. Okay? You guys might have like Native American ancestors. Because the elk horns are representative of like the stag. You know what I mean? The white stag, which is a representation of God. What was that? Oh, the star. Aquarius energy. I feel like you prefer. I feel like the reason you are doing so well is because you don't care about other people. I literally feel like you maybe have one or two friends, if that. You're a very solitary person. You're a very social person, and you like people, but you don't get close to people because you don't want people taking your energy. I feel like deck 2 is kind of like a past energy of yours, kind of, and then the ending of it kind of gets into more of like how this feels. But I feel like you might have been like a deck 2, and now you're a deck 4. You know what I mean? And I just saw 6, 6. So 3 broken down as 3. And there's 2 3s here, so 3, 3, 3, which breaks down to 9. So you're almost at completion. So you're almost completely your authentic self. Okay, you're almost completely in your abundance. You've almost waved the magic wand and gotten all your money, all your everything that you need. But the elk medicine woman and shaman of skulls is telling me that you still have, spirit still wants you to be working on your gifts. Okay, trying to help others with your gifts. It doesn't have to be spiritual gifts. Could be your singing voice. Could be your loving arms. Could be, you know, your tuna casserole. Let me brag about you. I just heard, "Here comes the bride, all dressed in white." And then I just heard, "Romeo and Juliet were very much in love when they were wed. And where they honored every vow. And where are they now? They're dead, dead, very, very dead." I always agreed with 42. Hi, Grandpa. I always agreed with Miss Mouse on that Romeo and Juliet aspect anyway. Not on the marrying the mole. Thumbelina, by the way, I'm showing my age. So back in the day, story time. So I'm from Podunk, and back in the day, we got knockoff Disney movies. We weren't cool enough to get the cool Disney movies. We got the knockoff Disney movies. So I got to watch Thumbelina, Five Goes West, things like that. So, yeah. But that's from Thumbelina. It's a scene and it's a song. It's really cute. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Maybe show your kids, especially your daughters. Super cute. We have the fish. Gemini energy coming through. The fish is equal to riches, right over abundance. Okay, so you guys have like so much shit coming your way. You have so much fucking karma stacked up. Look at that. The ring. I just heard, "Here comes the bride," right? And the child. Wow. You're going to get everything you want. The mice. I don't like the mice at the end of this. See, this tells me you're going to get what you want. You're going to get the riches, you're going to get the ring, you're going to get the family. But I don't like this mice card at the end. This thievery, this... So I feel like you have people that don't want you to succeed. I feel like there are people in your life that don't want you to succeed, that want to take what you have. They want to take your abundance. They feel like you don't deserve it, like you haven't done anything to earn it, and they want to just take it. These people, I feel, really don't like you for some reason. This could be like your family. Maybe you cut ties with your family. Kind of interesting. Let me brag about you. I really don't like the mice at the end of that. I don't want to end on the mice, really. Give me one more card. What's this mice about? Who's trying to steal what? What's going down? A couple extra. We have the moon and the letter. The moon and the letter. Wow. Too bad I didn't take French. I took Spanish. Okay, so we have the moon, Cancer energy, and the letter. I feel like there's someone that really I know this is supposed to be, let me brag about you, but 42, hi Grandpa. I really think there's someone that wants to talk to you. I think there's some sort of legal, you're going to inherit some money. Okay, I think someone tried to steal some inheritance or some money from you or a home, and you're going to find out about it. As a side note, someone tried to take what was rightfully yours from when you were a child. Someone will do something when you were a child and someone else took it. 42, hi Grandpa, they stole it. Someone is going to give it back to you. You will get it back, whatever it is, even if you don't know what it is. Someone left something that was specifically for you and someone else took it. And that person is going to get in very big trouble. So now that we know that there's nothing to fear about the mice, that the mice are just annoying little mice that you can kill with some rat poison, right? And that they're going to get what's coming. Let's move on to more bragging. More bragging. Virgo, digest. Let me brag about you. Pluto, rebirth. Let me brag about you. Solar calm, clarify. And Venus, beloved. So I feel like you're someone, that your energy is just crazy. It's like you can turn straw into gold. Like you no matter how many times someone else tries to replicate turning straw into gold, they can't do it. You're a very special person. And that's because you turn shit into gold. Not just straw, shit. You literally turn shit into gold. And it's just going to keep on coming. Be prepared to be bombarded. I'm talking lovers, friends, exes, family. All of them are going to be up your ass. Wanting things, wanting your attention, wanting your time. People that haven't talked to you in years are going to be hitting you up after this. You're about to hit it big. I don't know if you're going to win the lottery, if there's going to be some sort of inheritance, you're going to get a promotion. I don't know, but you're about to make it. Maybe you'll get discovered. You know, maybe you're an artist. Let me brag about you. We have the Hanging Man. The Knight of Swords. The Star. Aquarius energy. And the Seven of Pentacles. Clarifying the Hanged Man. We have the Queen of Swords. She's popular today. She just keeps fucking popping out, man. Clarifying, we got the Knight of Swords last time too, and the Page. So let's see if they all come out again. 10 of Pentacles, clarifying the Knight of Swords. Clarifying the Star. We have the Five of Swords. There's Lucifer. That came out in the last deck. And the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by... Woo! Wow, okay, that was a million cards. Justice did end up on the floor. Libra energy. Top of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. There's another Queen on the board. And top of the deck is the King of Coins. So, I feel like you've been on a journey. Okay, you've been searching for something. It's like you're stuck, right? The Hanged Man and the Queen of Swords, it's like you're stuck. You're almost there. You're almost at completion. You're almost at the Ten of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles, but there's still this here. There's still this Five of Swords blocking the Star energy. There's still other people attempting to block your abundance, okay? There's still people plotting your downfall. There's still people working against you, a couple in particular. Queen of Coins and the King of Coins. So you have a couple here. Queen of Coins and the King of Coins. So this could be like your parents, because Pentacles are stability, and then Justice. So it could be that your parents were the ones that were working against you. Maybe your parents stole your inheritance, or, you know, I feel like they were not good parents. They were not nice people. This lady was a complete bitch and shoved her daughter, or, well, her adopted daughter. Maybe you were adopted and you were treated like shit because you were different and adopted. Okay, and maybe you had like an absent father or someone that worked all the time. Narcissistic mother. I don't like your little games. Don't like the rules you gave. That one. What is it? Asked me for a place to sleep, locked me out, and threw a feast. Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift. So these people attempted to ruin you completely. Your family, friends, whatever, whoever these people are, they attempted to completely take you down. And it didn't work. Because you're the motherfucking Queen of Swords. You found a tree branch to fucking wrap yourself around, and you just stared at those motherfuckers. Like, come at me, bro. I'll eat you whole. Look into my eyes. I'll make it nice and easy. So you have the ability to like hypnotize people. You're very beautiful, especially with the stars energy, okay, and the Queen of Swords and Justice. You're very balanced, beautiful energy, okay, and you're like a dream girl for a lot of people, or a dream guy. And you're so close to getting everything that you want. I just feel like you still need to there's something here with your parents that you need to work through. Now, I'm not saying that you have to confront them. I'm not saying anything. If you don't want to confront them, you know, maybe write them a letter and mail it. Or maybe don't even mail it. Maybe just burn it. Just get it out. You know what I mean? But I feel like you need to do just a little bit more work on your issues with your family and your parents and how you grew up and everything before this really just gets like, I mean, easy for you. I mean, the rest of your life is going to be cake. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but it's not going to be anything like the first half. All right, so let's get some charms. Swish them around. Dig in there. I'm going to brag about you. All right. Wow, you got lots of them. So we have the turtle. Ooh, that's good luck. So you're a very lucky person. The butterfly, you're very social. The star, more Aquarius energy. Aww, a puppy paw. A heart with the word love in it, like a candy heart for Valentine's Day. There's a red rocking horse. A 4-leaf clover. How about that? Another star. A rose. This looks like a Beauty and the Beast rose. The moon. Another rocking horse. And a music note. So I feel like you guys are very into music. Maybe you get signs and synchronicities from music, and that kind of helps you follow your path. I feel like you are somebody that really likes to like look up at the stars at night and make wishes. I feel like you love flowers and nature. You're very social. You're very lucky. With the 2 rocking horses, you guys might be parents or on your way to being parents, but I just feel like you guys are just, you're living your best life and you're almost there, and I just feel like you just need a final confrontation with these 2 members of your family, and then it'll be complete. I don't know if it's even just writing your story and releasing it. Maybe not even releasing it. Just, I feel like you need to come to terms with something that happened to you when you were a child, 42, hi grandpa, involving these people. And until you do that, I don't think you're going to get your full abundance. All right? So, if that resonated, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and I will talk to you in the next video. Blessed be.